Good morning students. In this video I am going to share with you some simple tips that is going to help you develop a good reading habit and boost your personal and professional life. Well, it took me 7 years as a reader to understand all these tips that I am going to share with you in this video. If you are going to follow these tips, you are surely going to become an avid reader within a few months of time. Before beginning, if you want me to help you crack any examination in English literature, then don't forget to join my personal training program, where I will help you to develop all the skills and required knowledge to crack any examination in English literature. Check the link in the description below to know more about this personal training program. Now, without any further delay, let's begin this topic. If you are a beginner, then I suggest you to read with easy books. I do not allow you to read the works of James Joyce or Virginia Woolf. I have read over 400 books in the past 7 years, yet sometimes I too get afraid while picking up James Joyce. I read his book, A Portrait of Artist as a Young Man, twice, and yet there are a lot of things that I am unable to understand. James Joyce's Ulysses is just out of my comprehension. He has used so many writing techniques, fragmented narratives, flashbacks, stream of consciousness, going into the past and immediately going into the future, that it becomes difficult for a student to understand the context in his first reading. Virginia Woolf too had the same writing style, but her works are comparatively easy as compared to the works written by James Joyce. Both these writers belong to the age of modernism. The way T.S. Eliot has written Wasteland, these two writers too have used a lot of references in their works. I don't recommend you to read these writers if you don't have a good reading habit. Instead, I want you to read the Indian writers first, simply because of the text, that the theme, characters and the plot will be more relatable to you. Start with easy authors. You can pick R.K. Narayan, Ruskin Bond and Khushwant Singh, or even you can read the works of Chetan Bhagat. There is no problem reading Chetan Bhagat. We are just trying to build a reading habit, and we are not trying to become a critic of any author or a work. If the books of Chetan Bhagat help you to develop a reading habit, then it's good to go. Our main purpose is to build a reading habit and not to become a critic. Coming on to the next tip, pick the book that you are interested in. I started my journey as a reader with spiritual books. I read authors like Swami Vivekanand, Sri M, Baba Ramdas, Osho, Khalil Gibran, so on and so forth. Then I moved from spiritual books to business and administration books. I went on to read the famous authors that were popular in business genre. I came to the books of English authors quite lately. I started reading English novels when I was in post-graduation. And within 6 months or a year, I had completed reading around 80 novels, which helped me to build the understanding of the subject English literature. So here is what I am suggesting you. Pick those books that sparks curiosity in you. Pick any genre, be it finance, sci-fi, thriller, gothic, or even you can go for the eroticas like 50 Shades of Grey. Don't stick yourself to the books recommended in your curriculum. Even colleges and schools have never done great to any student. Students don't need education but encouragement that they have all the potential to do anything in their career. An average motivated student can beat the most intelligent student in his class if he has enough willpower and motivation. So the best education comes out of the curriculum. So begin reading Indian authors and pick those topics that you are interested in. Coming to the next tip, which is start reading small length books, those books which are not more than 200 pages. The simple reason is that we have to build our self-confidence. Sooner you are going to complete finishing a book, the faster you are going to develop self-confidence that you too can become an avid reader. Aim high but start small. If you pick a book of 400 pages or more, then most probably you are going to lose your motivation and there is high chance that you quit reading the book. So aim high, start small by reading the books less than 200 pages long. You can pick a book like The Prime of Miss Jean Brodie by Muriel Spark or Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Or you can go for the reading of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Oronoku and the book Old Man and the Sea too has less than 100 number of pages. So aim high but start small. Coming on to the next tip, which is if you find a book boring, then don't be afraid to throw it off. I have thrown many books in my past. For instance, I was reading That Long Silence by Shashi Deshpande and I found the book boring simply because I do not share the same experiences that a woman shares. Absence of female experiences made me to quit the book. And there are many books and classics that I have thrown just because I felt it quite boring. So don't be afraid to quit reading a book that you don't feel like reading. But here is a suggestion. If you read a book more than 30%, then complete reading the book no matter how much boring it is. You have completed reading the 70 pages and now around 200 pages are left behind for you to complete reading a book. In this case, you have to complete reading the book no matter how boring it seems for you to read the book. If you keep on skipping from one book to another, you will never be able to complete a book entirely in your whole life. Therefore, finish reading what you have started. Coming on to the last tip, which is don't limit yourself to the books alone. Read everything. Read emails, read junk mails, messages, advertisements, billboards, signboards, pamphlets, magazines, newspapers, and read everything whatever you come across in your daily life. Read whenever you have a free time. Carry one book with yourself wherever you go. Read that book when you are waiting in a queue or waiting in a traffic for the red light to go green, or read a book when you are traveling from metro. You just have to read, read and read in order to develop the reading habit. And by following all these points, you are going to develop a good reading habit within a few months of time. With this, I come to the end of this video. If you have any query, drop your questions in the comments below. I make sure to resolve all your doubts in my upcoming videos. If you are new to this channel and have not subscribed to this channel yet, then don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates on English literature. So that's it for this video. Thank you.